Hello everyone, today we will be creating a Minecraft Forge mod for 1.16. Before we start, I am going to assume that you have an IDE. I will be using IntelliJ IDEA, and I have the Java development kit installed. The first thing we'll want to do is install Minecraft Forge. This can be done by going to files.minecraftforge.net. I will be using the recommended build that will be here. I'm going to download the Minecraft Development Kit. When you click that, you just have to wait for the button to appear and then click the download button. I am not actually going to save this file as I already have it downloaded. Once we have that file, we're going to extract it. Now I'm going to extract it to my document. Once we have the file extracted, we can now import it into our IDE. So for IntelliJ, all I have to do is do open or import, go to my projects, go to toml mod, and click open. Once our mod is imported, what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit some values in the build.gradle. I'm also going to move some values to the gradles.property to make our code a little bit more organized. If you're not familiar with Gradle, it's a build system that will help keep our code organized and our dependencies. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the mod ID, which is going to be tutorial mod. I'm going to get the mod version, which is going to be 0.1.0 snapshot. And then I'm going to create the mod group. The mod group should be if you have a domain, it can be that, but since I don't have a domain, I'm going to use github.io. And whatever that is, it's that reversed. So I'm going to do io.github.liz is not intin, and then .tutorial mod. Now here we have version. I'm going to change this to mod version. Here I'm going to change this to mod group. And then the archive base name is going to be mod ID. You'll notice that these values have arrows on them, and that's just because Gradle has not refreshed the Gradle.properties. To do that, we just click Load Gradle Changes over here. You can also find that in your Gradle menu on the right side. So you see these are now resolved. The next thing I want to do is I want to add a mod Minecraft version. That'll be 1.16.4. I'm going to change the actual version of the project to be mod Minecraft version dash mod version. And that'll be a more descriptive name of a more descriptive version. Now I'm going to move these mapping values to the Gradle.properties so that way it's easier to update our mod in the future. So we're going to do mod mappings channel, and that's going to be this value here. And then the mod mappings version is going to be this value here. Going to refresh those values again. And then we're going to make this mod mappings channel, mod mappings version. This source compatibility tells Eclipse, if you were to use Eclipse, that we're using Java version 1.8. This is a debug thing that Forge has included, which tells us the current Java version, and then some more information. Mappings is how Forge deobfuscates Minecraft. And then we're going to scroll down here. Instead of example mod, we want tutorial mod. And we'll want this here again, tutorial mod. And then we're going to change this to mod ID. And change this to tutorial mod. Next thing I want to do is extract the Forge version out. And what I have to do here is notice how it only uses an apostrophe. That's a normal string. We want to convert that to a G string. When it's G string, we can interlope. So I can do this, mod Forge version. Now we're going to change some values here. We're going to make this mod ID. We'll make this also mod ID. We're going to change this to mod version. Oh no, we'll just leave it as just version. I don't think it needs to use string interpolation like that. We're going to change this to mod ID. And then everything else should be fine. So once we reload that, should hopefully not have any errors. Perfect, that is done. Now we're going to go look at the mods.toml file. This gives us more information about the mods.toml. You'll notice that there are already a lot of values here. This is a good template that the Minecraft Forge people have provided. You want to leave model loader alone and loader version. You can change license if you like, but we're going to leave that. And then the issues tracker, I'm going to change this to Liz is not, github.com/Liz is not intin /tutorial mod/issues. Want to change mod ID to whatever mod ID was. So in our case, it's tutorial mod. I'm going to change the tutorial mod, change the display name to tutorial mod like that. We don't have an update URL, so we'll comment that out. In the display URL, we're going to change this to Liz is not intin.github.io/tutorial mod. With the logo file, we don't have one of those, so we'll comment that out. We'll leave the credits, and we're going to change the authors to Liz is not intin. Then we have the description and the dependencies. I will leave a link in the description to have more information about the mods.toml file, but that's pretty much all we have to change. Now we're going to move to the actual mod class. I want to change the package for the mod class to the group that we had in the Gradle file. So it's going to be io.github.lizisnotintin.tutorialmod. Going to move that here, and then we're going to remove this. Then I want to change example mod to tutorial mod. And then we have this mod annotation. We want to make sure that this matches our mod ID. So in our case, it's just tutorial mod. Then we have the logger, which is how we output stuff to the console. Inside our constructor, we have these methods here. So a mod's lifecycle has 4 basic events. It has the setup, the enqueue IMC, the process IMC, and the do client stuff. We register all of them in our constructor like so. We can also register some other game events with this here, where we register a listener. If we scroll down, we will find the registry events. And here we use an automatic event bus subscriber in order to automatically register the events. and any event that has a subscribe event is registered with that. Also, we said we registered this object to the Forge event bus here. Same thing here, except instead of using the mod event bus, it uses the Minecraft Forge event bus. And since we don't have the event bus subscriber up here, it doesn't automatically register it. That's why we have to register it in the constructor. Another thing that you'll notice about this is this method is static because it's automatically registered. This method is not static because we register it ourselves. We're going to go through the main lifecycle events now. We have the setup method, which in our code we just print out some information to the console. We have do client stuff, which happens after the setup event, and it only happens on the client. After that, we have in queue IMC. This is inter-mod communication. This is where we send out inter-mod communication to another mod. So in our example, we're going to send a message to the tutorial mod using the hello world method. And what we're going to do is we're going to print out hello world from the MDK and return hello world for our message. In the process, we're going to get any IMC message, doesn't matter the method, and print out the, well, I guess we don't print out the result, but we just get the collection of them. The server starting event, this is not the mod event bus subscriber, but the Forge event bus subscriber, and this is when the server starts. That is the basic of the begin and mod file. What we're going to do now is try to build the project. This is just done by running the build Gradle task. We were built successfully. Now we can use Forge runs, and I'm going to generate IntelliJ runs. If you're using Eclipse, you'd want to use the gen Eclipse runs. And now if we go up here to our run configurations, you'll see that we have a run client configuration. Pressing that button launches Minecraft with a mod included. If we go into options, and I'm going to turn down the volume. And then if we go to mods, you'll see that tutorial mod is there. You'll notice that the version is none, and that's because the version is injected only when we distribute the mod. To distribute the mod, we use in the other group, we're going to use reop jar, and what that does is it creates a jar that's reobfuscated. If we go into our build directory, go into reop jar, and we should find, sorry, not reop jar, we go to libs, and here we find the tutorial mod file. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show this in Explorer so I can get the path. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use multi-MC, go to loader mods. I'm going to add that mod. And then we should be able to launch it. And this is how you would distribute your Minecraft mod. So you'll notice that if you go to the mods button, you'll see that we have the tutorial mod, and you'll also notice that the version is there. And that's how you create our first mod. Next time we'll be looking at how to create a custom item and register in it to Minecraft. If you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments. And if there's anything that you'd like to see next, please also describe those in the comments. Thank you so much.